What's going on, everybody? It's yours truly, Mufasa Fashaw, coming to you with another episode of Alphacology, man. Just a quick heads up. Appreciate you guys. 2023, man. Love it. For the new year, man, I do want to start off by saying doing what makes you happy. You get what I'm saying? And it's a lot of us not out here doing what really makes us happy. And when I say what makes you happy, I'm not talking about coping mechanisms because we get that confused. Coping mechanisms. You get what I'm saying? Um, that's not doing what makes you happy. That's just actually doing something what I call a dopamine release. Some of you guys might drink, some of you guys might eat a lot of sweets and got a sweet tooth like myself. Um, I can use eating sweets as a coping mechanism for trauma or for stress. We use coping mechanism. Some of us masturbate, right? Some of us use sex. So when I say do what makes you happy, yes, that shit make us feel good, right? For the moment. That's a dopamine release. Doing what makes you happy is more what makes you feel good and proud of yourself. Not even good about makes you feel good about yourself. What makes you feel proud about yourself? What makes you gives you more confidence. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it is. That gives you more confidence, right? So when I say do what makes you happy, do what gives you more confidence, man. So I know for a fact a thing that I need to start doing more because I'm looking into myself lately, fellas. I've been looking into myself, some soul searching, some my yearly evaluation of myself, and I'm proud of myself a little bit here, a little bit there. I'm trying to get back to where I once was with my podcast shit too, because I know for a fact, fellas, I ain't been consistent on this shit, and that was something that made me happy and gave me confidence. So from now on, like I said, every DM, every email, every every FaceTime, I'm gonna get on the pod. I'm gonna get on the pod and give y'all what y'all need. I'm still doing the consultations, man. All right. Get your consultation, man. Book your consultation with me. My price still the same. All right. Um, Book your consultation, man. You can find me on for show underscore 34 on Instagram. Gregory M Fashaw on Facebook. Twitter, Alphacology 1K. Definitely find me, hit me on Twitter, man. As far as that, I'm doing what makes me happy. Like right now, right? I'm doing what makes me happy. AKA proud of myself. I'm doing what makes me proud of myself. I'm proud. I get on this thing. I drop some content on y'all. I drop some well needed knowledge, and I'm just gonna share a few things that makes me proud of myself when I wake up in the morning and hit that goddamn gym. If your body ain't right, ain't no way in hell your mind can be right. Ain't no way in hell your soul could be all. I'm gonna say all the way right because your mind can still be right, and you just working on your body. But mind, body, and soul, and you start off with the body. You get that out the way. You eat healthy. You eat right. Um, and I always want you guys to put food and nutrients in your body that you need. Your fruits, your vegetables, your smoothies, your protein. You understand? Keep the muscles built up. All right. Building up your muscles will help burn that fat off. We need to know that. All right. With that being said, another thing that really makes me proud of myself when I finish a book. I'm reading books. You understand what I'm saying? I'm reading books. Um, I do things that motivate me. Sometimes I go back and read you guys' old messages and hit you guys up and be like, "Hey man, how you been, man? Checking in with you to see how you doing." You guys motivate me, my supporters. I don't like to call them followers. I like to call them supporters. I support them. They support me. And We're gonna do it big for 2023. You know, we're gonna drop bars on them. We're gonna keep flexing. Another thing that makes me proud of myself, we could do every day is ignore the bullshit. Don't feed into the bullshit. If it ain't helping you make money or helping you better yourself as a man, and when I say that, help you be the most alpha version of yourself, don't feed into it. So all those little crazy ass conversations or arguments you having with your girl, your lady, or some random broad online, you ain't gotta do that. You can say what you want to say and clear. I promise you it'll be all right. I promise you that. So you ignore the bullshit, and when I say ignore, I mean avoid it like the fucking plague. All right, and we could do that. All of us as men have a chance to avoid the bullshit. Now, I would say this though. Sometimes you need time for the bullshit, but it's if every time, like out of 10 opportunities, you only take 2 or 3 opportunities to address some fuck shit. Rather than that, you could give a you don't give it your energy. You just like, hey, I ain't doing that. I do that all the time with my lady. Hey, I'm not gonna argue with you about this. I'm not gonna talk to you about this. This is above your pay grade. I tell her all the time, this is above your pay grade. You don't have the authority to even discuss this with me right now. You're not qualified. You're not prepared. I'll tell that to certain people at the job too. Or even when my boss bring me to some bull and I'm like, every day they bring up some bullshit or try to bring me through the bullshit, it just motivates me to get one step closer to my whole goal of owning 3 businesses. I already got 2. I say 1.5. I'll say 1.5. But that's my goal. Own 3 businesses. I don't care how much pressure. I don't care how much I need to be on my own because nothing feels better than making money that you made and it's all going in your pocket. You ain't got to split it with nobody. You ain't got to worry about taxes being drawn out. You do the taxes when you're ready. Stuff like that. So when I make money on my own, that's another thing I'm proud of. I make money. I do my consultations. I'm proud of that. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's for somebody told me I should be charging 300, and I said I can't do that. Maybe in a couple years the price go up because y'all boys been getting off on this game and been making y'all ways to making a lot of money. A lot of cats on the podcast been telling me how they've been more successful, how they've been more alpha, and how being more alpha costs them to make more money, generate more revenue, stay more focused on their purpose. And that is what I want. Purpose, purpose, purpose. Build your legacy. Every cat on here should, when you die, you shouldn't just have a social media page for people to remember you by. You should have something, a business, a LLC, something, something. Nobody carries on your name like other people. So you got to put yourself in position to make that happen. Um, Another thing I do that makes me happy, I don't half-ass shit. When it's something I want to do, I don't waste my time. I do it. I don't half-ass it. All right, and that even goes for goddamn, to be honest, partying. I always say this: when it's time to grind and hustle, you grind and hustle. When it's time to relax and party and vibe, it's time to relax and party and vibe, and you do your best at it, at both of them. All right. I'll be I'll be a fool to get on this podcast and tell y'all not to enjoy your lives and enjoy yourselves. You understand? But do it in a smart way, in a moderate way, in a way that you're proud of yourself. All right? You shouldn't get so drunk that you wake up in the next morning, you don't remember what you did, or you got a super headache, or you got to throw up. You don't need all that stuff to enjoy your life, to experience life's highs and lows, or whatever you got going on. So, with that being said, man, I do appreciate you guys for tuning in and sticking with me, man. Man, this is crazy. This is fucking crazy. Do y'all know? I started this podcast 4 years. I've been on this thing 4 years, man. I've been a vet in the game for 4 years. 4 years. 2019, I started doing my podcast. 2019. So I've been getting a lot of consultations about how to start a podcast, this, that, the third. And fellas, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I woke up one day and I said, "How do I start a podcast?" I asked around, and boom, look at me. I'm on Anchor, and I still to this day tell you guys start off with Anchor. Start off right there on your phone. Write you some notes. Listen to it, see if you like it, but still put it out there. Ask other people if they don't like it. If they do, what you just ask for pointers, and invite the criticism, invite the tips and the advice. Now, from people you care about, from people who respect you. Now, don't do this for people who don't respect you. Never do. Never, ever, ever. And I'm telling you guys this. Never ask for advice from people who don't love you. Never ask what you think about this from a person who don't respect you. Never care about opinions of people you don't know, that don't care. All right? I'm a person that cares. All right. So if you come to me and say, "Hey, listen to my podcast, what you think?" Yada yada yada, I'm gonna do that. I've been doing a lot of podcast consultations lately, and it's cool. I like it. Some of y'all are very funny, but do not try to. I see a lot of you guys, and I'm gonna give you some advice real quick. Be your own. Be yourself. I hear a lot of red pill rhetoric. I love it. That's fine. Um, I done heard y'all say a lot of dumb shit. Stop saying dumb shit, please. All right. You shouldn't hate women. I never told y'all that. Um, a lot of y'all have a lot of what I call Kevin Samuels talking points. And y'all trying to be the next Kevin Samuels. Be the next you. Be the next alpha version of yourself. Stop trying to be everybody else. Um, so when y'all do come to me about the podcast, please have your main demographic ready. If it's going to be a sports podcast, please let me know. Hey, listen to my podcast. It's about baseball. I'm talking about baseball players. Listen to my podcast. I'm talking about celebrity lifestyles or gossip. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing, you got to have something, and it has to have a message with it. You want a message. With every podcast, you want a message. One thing anybody can listen to my podcast and they say I never contradicted myself. I kept this shit simple. When it comes to my dating advice, I always say what? Date women that like you. If she don't respect you, leave. If she's not submissive, leave. I ain't never sit up here and tell y'all, hey, check how many bodies she got, how many tattoos she got. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Is she submissive? If the answer is yes, cool. Keep rocking with it. If the answer is no, get up out of there as soon as you fucking can. She don't respect you, get up out of there ASAP. ASAP. So those have been the same. Find your purpose. Focus on it. Those my talking points are going to be the same. All right. Sometimes it kind of my talking points on female nature kind of change, but they're still the same. They're still the same thing. Never take women too fucking seriously. If you want more than one woman, then you can get more than one woman. I advise you. That don't mean you have a bunch of fucking women, dummies. Oh yeah, I talked to 13 girls, and what do you think about that? No, that's not alpha at all. If you talk to 13 women and all 13 not submissive, you're not being alpha at all. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're gonna date, it's a losing game. Get you three women that's gonna commit to you some way, somehow, right? Two women or a woman. I always say 1 to 3, that's all you need. If you're doing anything more than that, you're wasting your time, you're being counterproductive. All right? Um, with that being said, you know me, I love to work out. I love to give working out advice. Even my battles through working out. I might lose too much weight. I might gain too much weight, but I still let you guys know I'm fighting that good fight. I'm eating healthy, stay in shape, get the right amount of rest. Okay, so you want that. You want people in your life that's gonna push you and living a healthy lifestyle too. Um, in 2023, man, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm going to start talking more about being raising a family and how to deal with kids. That's one of my profession, my fortes. That's one of my areas of expertise. Cause yes, I was a football coach and a teacher, so I do know how to raise kids. Um, I've been getting a lot of young fathers in here, and I have to really go back and think, yo, I've been missing out on my young father. So we will do a couple segments where I teach you how to be a father. Things your father never taught you. Things your father should have taught you. I never knew what my dad should have taught me until I got a little bit older, and then the things that he did teach me, I was so grateful for him. You know, most of the stuff that he didn't teach me, shit, he didn't know himself. You got to understand, we're all men. We're still growing as men, so we don't know ourselves sometimes. So don't be too hard on yourself. You're still growing as a man, but you do have responsibilities, and you need to take accountability for your life and your growth. All right. So I'm going to start talking about making more alpha decisions. I'm going to do a whole thing on that because we have to start making more alpha minded decisions. And it could be really broken down. It's simple. It's easier said than done, but you got to always ask yourself one thing: how would this benefit me in my future? Down to the decisions you make daily. A man could show me what he does in a week, and I could show him where he's going to be at in 15 years. If half of your day is not dedicated to making yourself better, if you don't dedicate at least 5 days a week to making yourself better, you better mentally, physically, financially, you have to dedicate time to those things. If you go to the gym for an hour, if you read for an hour, if you meditate for an hour, those three things alone could put you in a whole different category. If you study your craft or whatever you got going on, all right, we're gonna talk about goal setting even more, where motherfuckers gonna write down their goals every time. If you ever did a I call it a purpose consultation with me, I always tell you, hey, get a pen and a piece of paper, write down your goals, write down what you need to do. And I'm gonna tell you what you need to. I'm not like everybody else who, hey, you should do this. I ain't gonna say you need to. I'm gonna tell you you need to do this. At this point, being old as I am, I could tell you right now as a man where you should be or where you need to be to get to the next level. All right. So with that being said, some of you guys battle addiction. We're gonna address that. We're gonna address a lot of things that we need in 2023 to be the most alpha versions of ourselves. I was too busy focused on my goals and saying, oh, I want to achieve this goal first and achieve that. And I want to make this much money first before I get back on my podcast to say that. I'm done doing that shit. Because in the midst of doing that, I lost focus. I lost train. A lot of people missed out on my words, on my content. A lot of cats needed me out there. But now I'm gonna teach you to need yourself. That's what I came to the realization. I don't want to be nobody's God. I don't want to be the person. I don't want to work for y'all. I want y'all to work for yourself. I just want to help y'all get to where you need to be. So with that being said, guys, do what makes you happy. Do what makes you proud of yourself. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you proud of yourself. Right? Not that fake confidence, but that confidence, hey, I've been running 2 miles a day. I'm in shape. Hey, I've been in the gym for the last 2 weeks, lifting weights. I'm stronger now. You're literally, if you go to the gym, literally for 2 weeks, I promise you, you will get stronger. You will be able to lift. You will be able to do one more rep than you did 2 weeks from now. I promise you. I see it all the time. You will be able to do one more rep. You will be able to lift one more half a pound. You read, you're a little bit more smarter. You meditate, you're a little bit more mentally strong, spiritually strong. It's not that hard. We just don't. We live in a society where we want big results right away. Rome wasn't built in a day. I want to wake up, and I've been trying this shit for the longest because I want to start my trucking business, and I want to wake up one day and just roll out of bed and go buy a truck. And it hurt me every day. I can't do that. And guess what? I found myself getting discouraged. I want to start my trucking business. I want to find truck drivers. Well, first things first, I need to do this. I need to get this license. I need to get this DOT number. I need to get this MC number. I need to do this. I need to open up a bank account. I need to open up, boom, boom, boom. I literally went to the truck dealership and say, hey, I want to buy a truck today. I got my license. I got the credit score. And you know what they told me? Still can't do it. You need this, 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 this. It ain't no fucking shortcuts. Stop thinking it's a shortcut to be the most alpha version of yourself, bro. Trust me. If it was a shortcut, I would have had the shortcut already and I'd have been charging y'all to listen to the shortcut. But there ain't no shortcuts, man. You don't even want no fucking shortcuts. That's another thing. You're never going to be proud of yourself for real, if you know you really ain't earned it. If you know you got lucky. And that's what one of my friends was saying. I remember I was hanging out with a group of guys. These guys had more money than me. They was getting it. They was winning. But I couldn't understand why they were so jealous of me. And my grandfather pulled me to the side. He said, they got more than you and they doing better than you right now. But it's because they got lucky. They know they ain't earned it. Fellas, I'm here to tell you, some people ain't earned their shit. That's why when they got lucky and you don't earn it, you always fucking lose it. You always lose it. We could go back to 2020 with the PPP loans. You see all these boys flies and had their money. They ain't earned that. That's why they lost it. They ain't got it no more. They don't have it no more. You see these guys with these big muscles. And then I remember this guy in college, he had all these big ass muscles. And I'm like, bro, I be in the gym more than you. I'm in the gym just as much as you, more than you, lifting more than you. But guess what? As soon as he stopped lifting or he missed a week, he got smaller. Yeah, he was cheating. He ain't earned that. You want to earn that. You want to earn what you got. Because once you earn what you got, you can hop right back on Anchor. You can hop right back on Alphacology and pick up where you left off. Because people know you coming with that real. I ain't do a whole bunch of podcasts last year, and people were still like, "What happened to your podcast?" I didn't do a Facebook Live podcast for the last, I want to say, year and a half, and people still ask me, "When you gonna do your next podcast?" Because I got it out the mud with it. They wasn't asking me after week number one, great podcast. When you doing another one? They ain't asked me after week number 5. They ain't asked me after month number 3. They start asking me at month number 6 when they say, God damn, this motherfucker is on every Tuesday at 7:30 on time, talking about being the most alpha version of yourself. And guess what? I built my brain on that, and that's what people know me for to this day. When I see people, they say, "Hey, when the next? Hey, when the next one? You still doing da 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 da?" I ain't hear from you in a minute. The ones who follow me on Facebook, I always have to, and that's what I learned too. I stepped back and realized when I was on Facebook, my supporters on Facebook didn't even realize I had Apple Podcasts or Spotify podcasts they could hear me on. So I need to do a better job. Even myself, I'm like, I need to do a better job leading people to where I'm the most consistent. So with that being said, man, you got to step back, find out what's your strength, find out what's your weaknesses, and work on your strengths. Yeah, you thought I was gonna say work on your weakness. Mm-mm. Make your strength so strong that your weakness don't even look like a weakness no more. I might not ever be a viral Instagram or a TikTok person, but when I'm done, it's gonna look like I'm one of those people. Because where I go viral and where I do my work is not really on the gram. It's not really on Facebook. You get what I'm saying? What really get me is behind the scenes in the DM. What really gets me is on the Apple Podcast. What really gets me is on Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So I'm getting my shit together. Y'all got to get y'all shit together too, man. I know it's hard out there. I know it's a shitload of distractions, but we got to do it because this shit is about to get crazy these next 2, 3 years. The market increasing, inflation going crazy. It costs you $200 just to step outside. Y'all know what it is. We're going to need the most alpha version of ourselves. A lot of us is going to be challenged mentally. When you're challenged financially, a lot of us are going to be challenged financially, which means we're going to be challenged mentally. Boy, those financial challenges are always linked to mental challenges. Most of us are stressed out because we're not making the money we want to make. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna find ways to get this money, right? That's gonna help us with our mental. But what's more important than all of that, what's more important than that financial is that mental and that physical, that mindset. If you believe you're in paradise, then you really in paradise. Just like a millionaire could be in a mansion and believe he in hell, you could believe the same shit. You could believe that you in heaven in a box, living in the box. So it's up to you to figure that shit out. And when I say up to you, figure that shit out, you're gonna be able to figure it out. That's the first thing. I done been in those situations, man. I've been in those situations where I gotta figure this shit out. What should I do? One thing you don't do though, you never stop. You never stop grinding. You never stop growing. If I don't know what else to do with my life, my time, I'll get my ass out there, go run and go work out. If I ain't know what else to do, I know I gotta stay healthy. I know I gotta keep on living, keep on being a strong young man, a strong king. Keep on being a fucking alpha male. Keep on being a goddamn warrior, a goddamn king. So that's what I want you guys to do, man. Doing what do what makes you happy, what makes you feel good about yourself, what makes you feel proud, and keep that shit up, man. And like I always say, it's not tea, it's protein. Peace out.